Here we are at the Old Testament site of Jericho. We're standing here on the southern edge of the city. You can see some ruins here. This is a ruin of a tower, and behind it is the ruins of a wall. These ruins here date back to before the time of Joshua. The wall of the city of Jericho during the days of Joshua's conquest would have been located right here on top of these other walls. We are in the West Bank today. We drove into East Jerusalem and rented a car that would allow us to drive into the West Bank. The car we've been riding around in, we're not supposed to drive that to Jericho here in the West Bank. This site is not very large. Jericho is well known as the first city that Joshua conquered in the book of Joshua. They walked around the city, blew the trumpets, and the walls came tumbling down. To the west, you can see some hills. A cable car will take you up to that site. There's a monastery there. It's the traditional site where people claim that's where Jesus was tempted by the devil for 40 days. I don't know how anybody could ever know where the exact location of that occurred, but you do get a good view of Jericho from there. You can see here the cable cars go right over the top of Old Testament Jericho. This site is in the West Bank. Sites in the nation of Israel are usually kept up more. They have a lot of clear signs. You get a map and some paperwork as you enter. But this site here is in the West Bank, and they don't tend to maintain the sites as much as Israel does. So we're walking through the center part of Old Testament Jericho here. This would have been filled with homes, buildings, many different businesses. Obviously, Rahab would have lived here. Off to the east is the modern day city of Jericho. It's not clear today. Visibility is somewhat poor. It's hazy. On a clear day, you can see the Dead Sea. You can see into Jordan. And so this is the area where the Israelites in Joshua 3:16 would have crossed the Jordan River after their 40 years of wandering. They would have come from that direction all the way over here to Old Testament Jericho. Down here underneath this bridge are the remains of a tower. This tower here is very old, dates back to the time of the Canaanites. So the city of Jericho continues north in that direction a ways. It's not a real large city. Wouldn't have taken very long for the Israelites to march around the city. And here we are again, looking west where the cable car takes you. This here is Old Testament Jericho.